I'm hearing that all it took was for you to realize that this group or this person was up to no good. Like you caught on really quickly and you gave this person a look. There was a look that you gave them, and this person was like, uh oh, Aries has caught on to me. Uh oh, Aries sees right through me. And ever since this person saw that and they saw the recognition in your eyes, Aries, now this person is telling everybody that you are a problem. Okay? They're telling their friends, they're telling their neighbors, their closest family members. They're telling everybody to be careful with you because you know too much. Even though you don't know the details of what this person's into, like you don't know the specific details, it's just the fact that you caught on and you were quick. That's what makes this person so nervous, is that you were really quick to catch on. So because of that, you are this huge problem that they feel like they need to get rid of. And I'm talking about getting you evicted from your apartment, getting you fired from your job, whatever it is. They need you to get away from their vicinity. Okay? They need you away from their world. So if whatever they have to do to get you out of there, okay? So this could be a job, it could be an apartment, it could be anything like that. It could even be in a relationship. Okay? You could be having a relationship with somebody and this could be their family member, okay? But whatever it is, it's like you don't trust people so easily. Okay? And that's the thing. And that's the thing that this person realized about you, is that you're not the kind of person who's just going to sit back and just be like, okay, I hope everything goes well. I hope everything falls into place. I hope, I don't get involved in this, whatever they got going on. You're not that kind of person. Like, you're the kind of person you catch on. You're street smart. Not only that, but you trust your intuition. And that trusting your intuition part is one thing that nobody can interrupt. Okay? No matter how much they try to smile in your face, right? No matter how sweet they try to talk to you or how convincing that they can try to be, it's not going to work on you. It's never going to work on you. Never. Because your intuition is so strong and you have learned the art of what? Listening to Linda. If you've been with me for a while, you'll know that me and my daughter, when our intuition is telling us something, we always call her Linda. So we're like, we gotta listen to Linda. So that's what I'm hearing. You have learned the art of listening to Linda, to your intuition. Your instincts is screaming at you, and that's why you had this is why you had that look in your eye. You had that look in your eye because you were catching on and this person knows it. They saw it. You freaked this person out. That's what it is. You freaked this person out. Because they're feeling like if you could catch on that quickly, what else can you catch on to? How much of their business do you know? How much can they get away with in front of you if you're catching on so quickly? See, they don't know that you're just going by your intuition. They don't know that you don't know the specifics or the details. See, they don't know that. They're nervous. Because they don't know what all do you know. They just know that you know something. This is why they're telling everybody you're going to be a problem. You're going to be a big, big problem. Their secrets are not going to be secrets for very long. And what if if you're dating somebody in this person's family, right? What if you tell that person and that person's not aware of it? These are questions that this person's asking and they're so worried about. This is how you have become a target for this person. Okay? This is how you have become a target. It's because you are too aware and you're not trusting. You're not going to just trust anything. You're not just going to take anything at like face value. Or if this person says, hey, don't worry about it, just don't worry about it, just don't worry about it. You're not going to be just sitting there not worrying about it. Because what if you are somehow, what is the word? When you are around somebody who's doing something illegal, you are guilty by association, I believe they call it, something like that, right? That could happen to anybody. Mm-hmm. That could happen to anybody. I don't know why they have that law because it's really unfair. Because, I mean, you really don't know what people are up to. I mean, I've heard wives who've been married to their husbands sleep next to their husbands for 30 years. Didn't know he had 20 bodies in the backyard. You see, I think that's very unfair to, you know what I mean, right? I just think that's very unfair. But it happens and it's true. Okay? People go down. You will go down with this person if you are around them, or you could get caught up in something that you should not be a part of. For somebody here, this is your neighbor. Mm-hmm. This is your neighbor. Your neighbor is so worried about what you know. Maybe you've been noticing people coming in and out of the house. And they try to come up to you smiling. Hey, neighbor, how you doing? You want some tacos? You want some this? We're having a barbecue. Come on over. They're trying to be nice with you. Maybe they try to give you some food, something like that, right? Because that's what people do. And we're old enough, we know better, right? We know it. That's what people do when they're trying to make friends with you to make sure that you're not going to open your mouth. Especially if this is your neighbor, because you live right next door or you live so close nearby, right? They're going to try to give you some food, make some kind of peace offering, make you into a friend, find out what you're into. Find out if you have any vices. What vices do you have? And they will supply you with those vices. So if you're a drinker, they might offer you a beer. If you smoke 420, they might offer you a rolled one, right? Whatever you're into, they're going to try to figure it out and they're going to give you some so you will not want to turn against them because they do not want to make you into an enemy. But at the same time, you will have a target on your back. You know what they say, right? Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. So this person, they see you as a potential enemy. And all of this is happening just because you are too aware. They're saying this person is telling somebody you're too smart for your own good. There's a reason why they say curiosity kills the cat. Remember? That's what they're worried about. They're worried about you getting curious. They're worried about you looking into things. They're worried about you questioning things, paying closer attention to things. Oh, they're worried. They are extremely worried. You have these people very, very stressed out. But to your face, they're going to be so nice, I'm hearing. They're going to try their best to do something here to change your thinking about something, okay? They're going to try their best to change what it is that you see. They're going to have an explanation for something. For instance, you saw a car in the alley. They're going to have an explanation for that, a logical explanation. You're going to see people going in and out of the house. Mm-hmm. They're going to have an explanation for that too. Anything and everything that you see, and they see your brain working, they see you putting the connections, they're going to come and they're going to talk to you and they're going to give you an explanation. You see people coming in and out, they run a daycare. Or they run like a in-home, what's it called? Um, like a place for elderly people to stay. I don't want to say a nursing home because it's not a nursing home. It could be like a home for disabled people, okay? They're going to come up with an excuse. They're going to come up with the reason why you're seeing the things that you're seeing so that you will become so accustomed to it, so used to it, not thinking nothing of it. For one of you, I'm hearing they're going to say that they're selling something like Avon. Remember how we used to have Avon? I haven't heard about Avon in years. I don't know what happened to Avon. But y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I had a neighbor who used to sell Avon. I bought Avon from her. And I didn't think nothing about it. I saw people going in and out, people coming in and out with bags, you know. I didn't think nothing about it. Oh, about 4 or 5 years down the road, her house got raided. It turns out she was selling illegal substances. So it makes me wonder, all those bags I saw people coming out with, were they perfume and makeup or was it something else? I don't know. I didn't know. I was a teenager, you know. I was a teenager. I didn't think of anything. I bought perfume from them. You know, I bought perfume, I bought creams, and she always had it right there in the living room. She even used to sell candies, you know, out of her house. I'm talking about like Snickers bars, Hershey bars, um, sodas. You know, for a while there, she was selling stuff out of her house, like snacks. So we didn't have to walk all the way 2 miles down the road to, you know, to 7-Eleven. We would just go right there. And nobody thought nothing about it. Nobody blinked an eye. People would pull up. People would leave. Yeah. The thing is that this person is going to come up with some kind of excuse. There's going to be a reason, a logical reason why you're seeing what you're seeing. I'm using that as an example about you seeing people, right? I'm just using that as an example because you could be seeing all kinds of things. You could see cars pulling up and them working on cars, not realizing that those are, you know, stolen cars, and they're switching out the plates and they're switching out the numbers on the doors and all this other stuff, right? It's something like that that's going on around you, Aries. Okay? These people are acting out. I mean, they're doing something behind the thing and they're acting out now. They're making you into, you know, a problem. You become a problem, whoever these people are to you. And it's all because you're too smart. You're caught on too quickly. Okay? Somebody has brought you around the family, you know, and you don't know what you're stepping into. Well, you didn't, but you're catching on to something, you know, and they see it and they're worried about it. And now this person is telling other people, hey, you know, keep an eye on Aries. Aries is a lot smarter than we thought. Aries is a lot smarter than they lead on. Aries acts like, you know, they're so carefree and free spirited and happy go lucky and friendly. But in reality, Aries is really smart. And for one of you, I'm hearing they think that you are undercover. Yeah, they think that you're working undercover, that you deliberately got close to them, you deliberately moved next to them, or you got close to somebody because you're working undercover. And that is a very dangerous assumption. Okay? Or if you work around these people, you're working there specifically to get close to them, and you're working undercover. Because they feel there's no way that nobody else could have caught on to what was going on as quickly as you did. So they're feeling like there has to be an explanation. You can't be that smart, or you are really smart. They don't know, but they just know that you're smart as hell, and they're worried about it. You got these people stressing out. See, people don't like it when people are too smart, especially if you're a woman and this person is a male. Okay? Especially if you're a woman and this person's a male, this person is taking it even more of an insult, or more of a problem, because you're a female. You're not supposed to be so smart. You're not supposed to catch on. So this person is taking it as a personal attack on them personally. And I'm hearing this one person, the one that's saying these things about you, is the leader of whatever this group is doing. This is the mastermind. This is the one that put all the plan together. This is the one that says yes or no. Okay? This is the one that keeps trying to be friendly with you. This is the one that's offering you. I'm hearing drinks. I'm hearing smokes. I'm hearing food. Rides if you need it. Okay? They're going to offer you whatever they feel like you might need. Okay? What you might need, so that you will see them as a friend. So you will not see them as somebody who is up to no good. Okay? Because when people are good, they automatically assume that all their friends are good. And that's the truth. It's human nature. People don't want to admit, or their minds cannot accept that they are a good person and they are friends with a very bad person. Because we automatically assume that birds of a feather flock together, which is normally true, but not always. Sometimes we could be friends and have friends that are up to no good. You will see good girls who don't sleep around, who are genuinely just good girls, actually be friends with women who sleep around. I've seen it. And you would think, why are they friends? That doesn't make no sense. Why are they friends? Well, usually it's my observation is that, it just happens to be because they live in the same neighborhood, they work at the same place, or they have a friend in common. It could be a family member. There's a lot of reasons why. Okay. But we automatically think, friends of a feather flock together. There's a reason why we say that. And we automatically assume because we're good, or we're a good person, that we're going to attract good people to us, and the people around us are going to have the same or similar moral code that we do, which is not true. Sometimes we can lure people to us or attract people to us that don't have a moral code at all. They could be totally different than what we are. They don't have to be the same as we do, but in our minds, we automatically assume that if we like this person, then they must be a good person. Because we don't like people who are bad. We like people who are good, right? Automatically. So when we are like, oh, we like this person, they're a nice person, they're a good person, that's the person we want to be close to. But a lot of times, and unfortunately it could be fatal, is when we think this way and we have the wrong idea about people. Okay? Your person who, if you are dating somebody, or this is somebody that is a friend of theirs or something like that, this could very well be the situation. So you could try to warn that person until your face is blue, Aries, and that person is not going to listen to you. Okay? You could tell them, hey, something's up with this person. I think they're doing something shady. I think they're up to something illegal. Whatever you're going to say, you could say it to that person, and that person is not going to believe you. If anything, they're more inclined to believe the other person when the other person is saying that you are a problem. Okay? They're not going to understand why you are the problem. Okay, they're not going to understand the depth and the full understanding of why you are a problem, but they're just going to be like, yeah, Aries is a problem, and they're just going to join in into this mindset of you being the problem without understanding fully that all it is because you're smart, you're on top of it, you're listening to your intuition. You're listening to your intuition. Your intuition is telling you something's going on, something's fishy, and it's registering in your brain, and you cannot help the expressions that you make. Some people can conceal their expressions very well, but there's always those micro expressions. And people who are into criminal activity pay very close attention to micro expressions. I know. I was raised around people. Okay, I'm just going to say that. Okay, I grew up watching how these people work. That's all I'm going to say. And the thing is that that's what they do. I have learned how to keep my face as like blah as possible because I grew up listening to what they say. Okay, so I grew up learning how not to act like I know what's going on. Okay, I'm just going to say that. I think I'm pretty safe now. These people are like in their 80s, so yeah, and I'm pretty sure they don't listen to my channel. So yeah, I think I'm pretty safe now. But yeah, I happen to know it personally because I grew up around people who did pretty bad things. And yeah, they pay attention. Sorry guys, I'm having my mind is going back. So that's what's going on with you, okay? Um so let me go ahead and give you your angel numbers. Keep your face as straight as you can. Even if you notice something, look down. Looking down helps a lot, okay? Looking down, changing the topic, talking about something else and looking at something afar is what has helped me and has kept me alive for so long. I'll just say that. Looking at something else and talking about something totally different, acting like I didn't see nothing, I didn't hear nothing. That is something that has made me that's why I'm still alive. Okay? And I'm in my 50s now and I'm still here. I'm almost messed up several times and I almost had myself targeted a couple of times because I let it be known that I understood what was going on. So, I've been targeted personally. It's not fun. So if you want to avoid being targeted from this group, act like you don't see it. Look at something far at a distance. Pay attention to that. Okay? Even though your brain is registering something, I know it's hard to do. Okay? Do not look at this person in their eyes because they will read your expressions. Okay? Look at something else and then change the topic and be like, I'm studying about bumblebees and just start talking about something else, okay? I'm studying about bees, bumblebees, honeybees, just carpenter, I think they're called carpenter bees, and just start talking about something totally different and be like, yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna go plant some flowers and just start talking about something else, okay? That's what you gotta do. That's why I'm still here. Otherwise, I think I wouldn't have made it past 9. It says 24 is coming out for you, Aries. It says, you have a heart of gold and are very skilled at maintaining balance. stable relationships. You are loyal to your loved ones and are able to be the nurturer, protector, and provider all at once. I am generous. So do put that in the comment section. This might also be something that be careful. It could also be something that could be used against you. Okay? Being generous, which means you're going to be protective. Those little micro expressions, you got to be careful with those, okay? And you might be very protective over somebody that is around you, and this person could see it. That's another thing I'm going to tell you. These kind of people, they will use or they will target the people that you care about the most, okay? That's another thing. So be careful. This is why you don't want them to understand or know or confirm that you are onto them. Okay? Do whatever you have to do, guys. Listen. Look at something else. This is something I've always done and it has kept me alive for this long and I'm still kicking. Um Something would happen and I would stare off at something in the distance somewhere else and I'd be like, and I would just start changing the topic and just act like I did not see nothing. I'd be like, did like if something was to happen today, right? I would be like, did you hear about the all the people that came into Spain and they came into the beach, they I would just start talking about that like I didn't see nothing, I didn't hear nothing, I don't know nothing. I wouldn't even look that direction. I would be looking somewhere else. Like, oh my God, I think I just saw a rabbit. Or just something like that. And just act like I'm just totally don't know nothing. Okay? That's what you're going to have to do. All right? Angel number 16 is coming out for you. It says you have an inquisitive mind that allows you to uncover important truths. See? I'm telling you. It says you have a special ability to read into other people's feelings. A wisdom seeker, and your angels ask to share your knowledge for the benefit of others. I am perceptive. This could be like you're onto something, okay? Because it's saying to benefit of others. It could mean that you might have to tell law enforcement, okay, what you saw. That could be what this means, okay? But of course, use your own discernment, okay? But there's a reason why it's saying this. A wisdom seeker. That means, you seek out the wisdom. But also says, and your angels ask to share your knowledge for the benefit of others. So this might be like you need to tell somebody, okay? There was a situation I grew up in, and when I look back, I do feel like I should have told somebody something. If I had, it would have ended up protecting me later in life, but I didn't see it because I was just a kid. I'm talking about like 8 years old, 7 years old, 9 years old. I was just a kid. I didn't know. I was scared. So now that I'm older, I had a teacher. Her name was Miss Howard. She was my fourth grade teacher. And she had asked me one time, she had pulled me aside and asked me if something was going on at home. And I told her no. But now that I look back, I realize that was my opportunity to protect myself. And I didn't see it. I was scared. Anyways, this very well could be, guys, but use your own discernment. You're the person that's in that situation right now. Okay, so of course, do what you always do. Listen to your intuition. Okay, don't panic because that's the worstest thing you can do is panic. Okay, and as long as you don't acknowledge, even to the person, like if you're dating somebody who is associated to these people, don't even acknowledge it to them. Okay, like don't even let them know that you saw something. If it's a friend, whoever it is, don't let them know that you're onto something. Because they are not going to, if they don't see it, they very well could turn around and repeat what you said. And that would be confirmation. See, right now, these people are thinking, they're suspicious, but they don't have confirmation that you know. Okay? Like they don't have confirmation. They just feel like you're a problem. Okay? You could be a threat to them, but could be. That's the thing. Okay? But if you tell that person that you're close to or somebody that is associated between you and them, that person doesn't see it. That person could very well go and tell them and let them know that you know without realizing that they are putting you in big danger. Okay? So don't even tell that person. That's the wrong person to tell. If you're going to tell somebody, it would need to be like maybe somebody in law enforcement or somebody that doesn't know none of these people. None of them. Okay? Like you would have to tell somebody that is not connected and there's no way that that person can go and repeat what you said to them. Okay? Anyways, guys, another thing too is to write it down. You might want to write it down. Keep a note of something just in case something happens. Date it. That's one thing I did do, and I'm grateful that I did do that. And I think that has saved me growing up. Anyways, catch me in the next one, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope this helps you knowing. I hope it gives you some insight, some tips of what you could do. Okay, we all end up finding ourselves in some shady situations eventually. Okay, even people that we think we go to church with and we think that they're good people are not necessarily good people. Okay, sometimes we find bad people everywhere. Okay, you could find them at church, you could find them in school, you could find them at home, you could find them anywhere. There's literally bad people in every group, political group, religious group, ethnic group, whatever. Okay? There's always going to be bad people in the mix. It just is what it is. Okay? Anyways, guys, hope this helps you out. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment because it does help the channel grow. Okay? And y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.